Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Hey guys, I'm here at South by Southwest with Adria Richards.
Hi, Kelly.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's South by going for you?
Wow, it's amazing. What I know now is South by is about relationships.
Absolutely.
And you really know who your true friends are here.
Definitely. Are you going to more panels, or are you kind of hanging out with people more, talking in the halls?
Yeah, I have one more session that I'm really excited to go to. Josh from MailChimp will be presenting this afternoon about how to make compelling demos. So if you've seen any of those crazy MailChimp videos, I'm ready to learn.
Awesome. And what has been some of the most important things you've learned so far at South by?
Well, honestly, sleep is important. Don't skip it.
Absolutely.
And then networking with your friends in your network to understand what they're going to, and then trading information later on. You can't go to every session, so have some kind of downtime to connect with them and say, what did you think of that, and things like that. Even beforehand. Last year I did that quite extensively. I said, what are you planning to go to? Mm-hmm. And the South by app on the mobile devices is great this year.
No, it really is. I actually, I've been using it extensively, that and along with Plancast, which has been very helpful for planning the social side of South by. Definitely helped. Now, you've been actually blogging for about 5 years, correct?
Yeah, a couple of years. Since about 2008, blogging for myself. But before that, I was helping people get their own WordPress blogs set up.
So you've been using WordPress since about 2005.
2006.
2006. And how have you been using WordPress? How did you start using WordPress?
I started because I would get these emails from people and they would ask me tech questions, and I would write these really long, detailed answers with links and bullet points, and someone said, Adria, maybe you should just make that public. You'd be able to help more people. And I'm like, I don't know. That's the thing with blogging, when you kind of have bloggers block, you're like, are people judging me? Like, what will they think? Well, they're going to think by leaving great comments usually. So I started blogging, and people like the blog, butyourgirl.com, so continue that.
Awesome. And how did you first use a blog? What was the first ways you used to use a blog to communicate with everybody else? Sure.
I was teaching an A+ certification course, about 25 adult learners, and the organization didn't have a place for us to meet. There was no kind of learning area. So I said, well, let me just have WordPress. And it was nice because I could put the curriculum on there and do daily updates, and then when it snowed, it snows in Minnesota, and I could say, we're not meeting today, don't come in. So.
That's a really great way of using blogging in the early days to communicate things that would have taken much more difficult way to communicate, like phone trees and stuff back in that time.
Yeah, or mass emails, and then someone always does a reply to all when they just had a question. So it's much more effective too as a mass.
And how are you using WordPress now?
Now I blog for myself, but I do training on WordPress, so that's been a really popular thing. I have a site set up called Fresh Workshops, and there's a 4-week training live, 2 hours every week. We go through all the basics, 101s of setting up a WordPress site.
Awesome. And you attended Matt's session a couple days ago, and what did you learn from him? What did he talk about the future of WordPress?
Yeah, so I've seen Matt speak a couple of times now in San Francisco and a couple of other cities, and he's a great speaker, number one. He talked about some of the things. They just released 3.1, and now they're working on refining a couple of things. VideoPress, which is their video plugin, now supports the iPad and iPhone, so that's huge. Awesome. If you want more of a polished site versus bringing in Vimeo or YouTube or something. And then he also talked about bbPress, which is the forum component. It's a plugin. Or it's not a plugin yet, but they're going to turn it into one. It's going to be more tightly integrated with the system. The interesting part of Matt's discussion, he's being interviewed, was actually the questions from the audience.
Really?
So one staff person from, I think, Dell, they said, we have a lot of sites already. Would WordPress be able to support us? We're worried about scalability. And so Matt cited, we have newspapers, we have CNN using our service, and things are fine. You can have a couple thousand blogs, no problem. A couple of other questions had to do with updates, and if updates were going to be easier. Now, if you've used WordPress, for a couple of years, like when there was like 2.6, 2.3, it was really hard to update your system. You had to use FTP. But now things are just one-click update, and Matt said he was actually inspired from the Firefox plugins.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that was, so really the questions from the audience, he can just off the cuff answer them and really give us insight into the thought process behind, how WordPress is being developed.
And how excited are you about the future of all these things? How do you think you'll be using those for yourself?
Well, I'm super excited because, like, when people hear about WordPress or they understand how powerful it is, it's actually kind of like the iPhone. They just want to tell someone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years ago, you would not meet people who would be like, with a mobile device, oh, let me show you this cool app I installed.
Right.
But people are doing that with WordPress. Oh, let me show you this cool article I just posted.
Yeah.
I mean, they love it, and especially with the social icons, which allow for sharing. I mean, that passion. And Matt Mullenweg always says that WordPress is to give people a voice, and I'm all about empowerment. So no, I'm excited. So bring us 2 point. What would be the? Trying to think of bring us 3.2.
3.2, there you go.
Yes.
And you're actually going to be speaking about WordPress possibly in May, right?
Oh, yes, I will. At WordCamp Atlanta, I will be coming back again for another year. And then the yearly WordCamp San Francisco event, that is in August. I'll be at that as well. So
Exciting. Well, I look forward to hearing about what you have to say at WordCamp.
Great. Thanks,
Great.
Kelly.
Yeah, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
South by Southwest coverage brought to you by WeatherBug. WeatherBug is available at both the Apple App Store and the Android Market.